So hi everyone, I just wanted to show you how I'd used share and pair in my lesson with my A-level students. Now share and pair is an incredibly powerful way of gaining feedback for me as the class teacher, but also the youngsters gaining feedback and understanding what they know in a non-competitive situation, shall we say. It's not going to be something, it's low stakes in terms of what's going on. So in order to do that, what I did is I ensured that I booked the laptops for the lesson. So just a quick recap on how to do that. I'm going to my RM Unify account, and I've already got the tile called Room Booking System. If you don't have the tile Room Booking System, then you're just going to go to the app library to find it. I click on Room Booking System, and once I'm on Room Booking System, you'll see the following screen loading up. And what I'm looking for on Room Booking System is just this particular scroll bar here. And you'll see that I've got visualizers, meeting rooms, libraries, large teaching spaces, and it's laptops that I was looking for. And I choose the lesson for the day that I'm wanting the laptop. So let's just say that's tomorrow, and I can see straight away there's no laptops booked for any members of staff. So at the moment, this is great, and you can see that all the different year group areas have actually got laptops available to them, some more than others. So particularly year 11 have got an awful lot of laptops available to them. The only year group in there that doesn't yet have a laptop set to use is year 8, but we can arrange for that to happen if you need them. So you're going to click on laptops, you're going to choose the laptops that you want. You're then going to click on the particular lesson that you want those laptops for. You choose the time slot by using the drop-down books there, and then you click on booking. So that will enable you to get the laptops. Now, what I did in my Google Classroom for this particular lesson, I went into the year 13 classroom and I set up a classwork task. And I'll just go to my classwork because I've shared it all in here. Really powerful to use classwork and create material. It can be used over and over and over again. And I've now got to think about the lesson I actually did this in. So I think off the top of my head, this may have been a concept lesson, and I think it was about similarities and differences. Let's have a look. Yeah, here it is. So in this, I created the task that we were going to do with the homework as well on it. And I created one document, but I copied it 4 times. And I gave it the name Thought Shower. And what I did is I provided laptops for the youngsters in the room. Now, interestingly enough, when I went to do this, I thought, well, I know I'll get 1 laptop between 2 because I knew where the youngsters were sitting. I knew what my seating plan looked like. And one of them would touch the laptop and type, and the other one could give them ideas. I had 4 groups set up within the room, but actually one group had 2 laptops because they had 3 people and they were sat across the room. So they were sharing ideas, this particular group, without shouting across at each other, just looking what the other people were typing and adding to it. And what we did is we created these 4 documents that could be used as a revision tool afterwards, where the youngsters were typing their thoughts. Now, this particular document that we're looking at here was created by 2 youngsters that weren't aware how to use the document fully and really struggled to adapt the picture that was in place. But you can see there that they put some of their ideas on. If I go to another thought shower, we'll go to a group that was able to add to the diagram itself. And we can have a quick look at their thought shower. Now, this group here they obviously gave themselves a nickname in this one. They went on there and they wrote down everything that they knew from the previous lesson in terms of these concepts of physical recreation, physical education, and school sport. Now, I'm going to show you the video now because I always video every single one of my lessons. I'm going to show you the video of how we were able then to do feedback, whole class feedback, based on these pictures that everyone had. Now, our opening task on this lesson was to create this thought shower. Everything that we know on the 4 different concepts that we've studied so far. We've studied 2 concepts last lesson in 1. So physical recreation, sport, school sport and PE. School sport and PE. It's important to distinguish between the 2. PE takes place in curriculum time. Everybody does it, foundation of the participation pyramids. Whereas school sport, you choose to do and you take part in extracurricular time. So there is that difference between the 2. Now, your thought showers, just to have a quick look at where we're at with those thought showers. Your thought showers I put up on the board a moment ago. Looks like I have just managed to shut them down already, which is not clever, but I'll quickly pull them up again. So your thought showers are here, so let's have a quick look at them. So we're A-level PE, where is it? Here at the bottom. Okay, and we are thought showers. So group 1. So Aidan and Ethan, where are we at with you? So this first one's physical education, physical recreation, participation for fun, considered amateur for all, not winning, to keep in shape, relieve stress, social aspect, a matter of choice, flexible in nature, self-officiated, self-regulated, active aspect of leisure. Well done, that's good. Now, because you put them here, so sport you've jumped to, rather than looking at physical education and sport. So let's have a quick look at where you got to. Sport, money, competition, jobs, organised, rewards, time, space restrictions, increased social opportunities. That's IES, boys, on opportunities. So I'll change it for you. Develops positive morale, improves health, fitness, skill levels, physical education, mandatory, stress reliever, knowledge and understanding, formally taught, 4 key stages, good. So we're going to keep adding to that. Okay, so you've got everything that you know, and then because you've accessed that, you could then print that off and you could use that as a resource outside of lesson time to help you remember. So we can use it as part of our systems. So the next one that I'm going to look at in there, so I can shut that one. Let's have a quick look at group 2. Group 2, you have chosen to present on picture, which is great. So physical recreation, limited competition, amateur. Tell me why you put the word amateur. Okay, so my advice on that one is that if you choose to use that word, you'd need to explain it, particularly if you came in an exam, because I don't think the examiner would go, oh yeah, amateur is something I think about it. It's something that you do in your free time, perhaps is a better way of phrasing that one. So limited rules, limited equipment and technology, limited media. What do you mean by limited media? Of physical recreation. Okay, again, I think that's one that would need explanation put next to it. Okay, so can just consider that one. Physical education, school sports compulsory. Right, physical education is compulsory, school sports not. School sport is something that you choose to do, so think about that bit. It's a structure, pre-planned lesson in physical education, I'd agree, but not necessarily school sport. Is taught by a qualified teacher in school time, 4 to 16. Skills are learnt, increased fitness and health. Yeah, I think there's some more that you can add in there. Really important that we distinguish between school sport and PE. And then finally, sport, regulated form of physical recreation, which is strict rules and specialist equipment and stadia. Professional, media coverage, highly competitive, high in the participation pyramid, performance elite. Strict timings, rules by NGBs. I'd agree with it's higher in the participation pyramid sport, but we could still be an amateur, we could still be a novice and do sport, but you just might not necessarily go through to the highest level. So a little bit of thought on that one. If I go to the next one then, group 3, quick feedback to group 3. Thank you. Obviously, these last 2 groups have had the opportunity to listen to the feedback and add or change what they're getting up on there. So group 3, Will and Annie, Physical recreation, active aspect of leisure, good. Sport for all, flexible, non-serious, limited organisation, limited competition. I like the word limited in there. That's good. No media. What do we think by no media? You put the state, like I've said to Daisy and James. What do you mean by the phrase no media? But what if it was an unusual form of physical recreation? What if your physical recreation was I've got this flying suit that means I can jump off the cliff, the winds come out and I fly down to ground, and the local news crew comes up to take a video of it. Yeah, I mean, I think just need to be careful with that phrase, because two groups have now said it about the media. Need to be careful with it, and actually, Aidan's absolutely spot on. It's a great point to make. You're seeing increasingly now people using social media to put pictures of themselves. So I don't know, do you remember Luke Potter? Yeah. A couple of years above you. Luke, I mean, I'm friends with Luke on Facebook, and all the time Luke's posting videos of his latest tricks down at the skate park. I mean, he is, I guess, semi-professional at the moment as a skater. He may have turned fully professional, but he's practicing, and I've seen him virtually get round to landing now a triple somersault off the back of off his little scooter going down the ramps. So there is social media out there, so just be careful with that phrase. Physical education and school sport, yeah, I'm agreeing with what you've got down here, lesson within school hours. I like the fact that you talk about decision making. We perhaps could mention, and this is for every group, fourth group making it difficult for me because you're chatting, we could mention the risk taking within physical education. Remember, we talked about the different activities. So we talked about swimming, athletics, dance, gymnastics, OAA. That was about perceived risk and risk taking. And then the last one that we talk about is games. Games is so big, the danger is it can become all encompassing. School sport, choice, out of hours, higher on the participation pyramid. The key phrase for school sport is extracurricular. Okay, key phrase there, Annie and Will. Key phrase, extracurricular. So consider adding that to your poster. Sport, fixed purpose, follow strict codified rules. Just change that to codified rather than codifies. Described as elitist, describes as elitist. Could be described as elitist. Okay, so be careful not to make a huge generalization, because I can go and do football and I might not be elite and no one would say that I'm elitist, but then I could play professional football and then it would be elitist. Serious and competitive, organised, time and space restrictions, improves health and social skills. Okay, great. And then our final group, then just our final thoughts on that opening task. Group 4, you need to put your names there, please, boys. So if you could just adjust that. Physical recreation, yes. Like that. Really like this link at the end here about the social benefits to society and the benefits to the individual. Compulsory PE lessons, blah, 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 blah. School sport, extracurricular, forming teams, competitive. Yep, I'm happy with that. Sport could be paid, so you could put the terms professional or semi-professional or not novice, amateur, commercialized. All right, you've got amateur and professional, so you've covered that. Media coverage, codified rules, selective, competitive. I definitely don't want to know about Jamo being a shagger. Has time and space restrictions. So good start there, ladies and gentlemen, to the lesson. That's a useful resource for you to use. So think about adapting, changing, green penning, what we've just done there. Listen to the feedback I've given each of the groups so that you can use that feedback in that poster. You've all got access to those posters. So it may be that actually you go, I don't want mine, I'm going to choose theirs. Theirs is better. So you could print that off and you could use that in your books. Learning objectives.